with this shit. That's where the most high, we the most lit.
5, 4, 3.
What up? Fantasy Football Hustler back at ya.
We got two countdowns.
You gotta keep them.
You spoke at the 411, Alex. Come on.
You gotta keep them on their toes, B.
Yeah, we're doing the intros. Nelson forgot we got to do that for all the acts.
Every time the kids keep trying to ask me to do stuff.
Oh, Nelson Tynes is here with the crew. Hello, everybody.
I am the real life Rafi.
Oh yeah, and we made it through the
melons and everything.
We made it through the first 4 episodes, and
I think it's 6.
Last time on Silver Screen Breakdown.
One more time.
Last time on Silver Screen Breakdown,
we cover episode 1 through 4. We got a Vegas draft. We're talking Brolo. We're talking the White Knuckler, and we're talking Jenny actually getting initiated into the league. Oh yeah. And now that's where we ended the last episode, is Jenny getting initiated. The first thing that we got in episode 5 is now Jenny is coming to hang out at the pub with the crew.
Damn it.
Ruxin doesn't like it. Ruxin does not like it. I am not going to censor myself around her.
And he's right.
Jenny's got the foulest mouth out of everybody. I don't think anybody needs to censor themselves around her. That's for sure. This episode is all about the marathon. What? The marathon. What?
Oh, yeah.
The marathon.
Andre and Ruxin?
Andre and Pete.
Andre and Pete, okay.
So do you remember at the beginning of the episode where they show the little montage of his, pretty much like his workout fads?
His workout fads?
Yeah. He's first one was like, I'm strengthening my core, just like Joseph Pilates.
Joseph, he says his first name.
Yeah.
No, I don't remember that. But I do remember the competition, the run.
Yeah. Well, see, and that's not even this episode. That's a couple episodes later. So they don't actually see anybody run here, but they're training for the marathon is what it is. And Andre, he's drinking a sports drink, and its acronym is Spunk. And he's in love with this like Spunk protein like juice. Just got to have it all the time. But it has
I don't remember it. I mean, so many episodes. I don't remember that one.
This one was very uneventful. Mainly it was a lot of shitting on Andre, and they're talking about the marathon. Taco becomes the notary. That was a big part in this one. He was El Notario. He was El Notario, the notary.
Hey, where did you get a stamp from?
From Venezuela.
There you go. I'm getting tagged in.
And this is the first that we really see of Kevin and Jenny and how everything is going to kind of play out for these two. And it's not nice for Kevin because he's always losing.
Yeah, poor Kevin. Does he ever take it? Give me a spoiler.
Does he ever take it? Yeah, he takes it in the year where there's an asterisk.
Oh, yes. So he has to live up to that forever.
The only way that it could count for real is if he gives up naming rights to
his baby. And he did that.
Yeah.
Fucking Brian. I mean, Kevin.
And then, spoiler alert, Ruxin trades that to Taco for the first overall pick.
Oh, that's how you're going to run to the mic?
So that's how Ruxin ends up getting the first overall pick after that. All right, now, that episode, very uneventful. Episode 6, the anniversary party. This one, very uneventful as well. It is funny how all of this, the whole anniversary party in episode 6 is a ruse by Taco just to get Ruxin thinking about anything else other than their fantasy football matchup for the week.
Yeah, I mean, I call that a throw-off method. That's the throw-off tactics. You feel me? Don't touch anything on the table.
He had to plan a whole anniversary party within a couple days.
I mean, yeah, that's the throw-off method. You know what I'm saying? If you want to get them off their game for their start sits, you really got to go all out.
and spared no
He was
expense.
playing against him too, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And that's also like great fantasy karma too. Like, bro, I'm about to throw you the flyest party ever, bro.
No, he had to throw it for his wife. Like he wasn't.
Oh, okay. My
Taco
bad.
just brought up the idea about how he was going to throw an anniversary party for his wife, and then she got so excited that if Ruxin didn't do it, he was going to be screwed. So he had to do it and had to go along with it. Because Taco, like after he like acts like he spilled the beans, he was like, yeah, he was going to do it at the place where you guys had your first dinner, and yeah, he's going to invite all your friends and family and fly everybody in. Oh man. And yeah, it was funny. Like even when everyone's getting drunk, Pete's like, yeah, let's bring the top shelf. And Ruxin, he's like, it doesn't have to be the top shelf. And Andre's
You wanted to bring the well drinks? Fuck that.
And he was like, oh, don't worry, Taco got everybody car service. Because it's all on Ruxin's dime. That's why.
Oh yeah, but Ruxin's a baller though, right?
Yeah, he is. He's a rich lawyer.
He got a good thing going.
Yeah, and you know, the Jewish stereotype and all that. For sure.
She doesn't like restrictions.
The one thing that we do see, Pete's ex-wife, she makes a return cameo, and now she brings a fella with her. And I mean, looks, I don't know, maybe 10 or 20 years older than her or something. And it's funny that Pete, he just wants to be the bigger guy and has to beat him at whatever they're doing. That's like a competition to him.
You know what's crazy? She has giant eyeballs in real life. When I see her on the screen, dang, her eyeballs are hella huge. She has a big head too, so this is some pretty big eyeballs. I'm just saying. Okay, cool. I think I killed enough time because my oldest was she's like, I use the bathroom. Watch her.
So that's it for episode 6. Episode 6 was kind of whack. We're really gonna run through a lot of them on this, all the ones that kind of like suck, because the Halloween episode is next. And that one, I mean, we get the ghost monkey song and the reference. How this episode had to do with fantasy football was Pete let Ruxin set his lineup because they're going against each other. And Pete said, I'm confident that you can even set my lineup and I will still beat you. And it ends up happening. Ruxin is pretty much like in a mental mind fuck the entire episode. And yeah, he ends up playing Pierre Thomas, who ends up scoring 3 touchdowns against him. And yeah, he beats him. There's a lot of uneventful episodes in the middle. Nelson, do you even remember any of those ones in the middle?
You got to prompt me, man. I watched 13 episodes, like all of them one day.
Yeah, and
you know what? I just can't remember all of them until you bring them up. And then I remember, I think it was the anniversary where one of the chicks was dating some old guy.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. And then that's it. I mean, there's no way that I could retain all those episodes. It's impossible.
Yeah. A lot of them are BS as well. So now this one, episode 8, this is the one where we get the Ruxin and the Andre, the race. And the whole episode is premised around a tie. So it doesn't happen too much in fantasy football where there's a tie. And it ends up happening. That's one of the storylines. And they tell Kevin that he needs to figure out how to break the tie, and we don't have ties. It just ruins everything later. And Kevin pretty much resigns as commissioner. He's just over it. You guys figure it out. And they say they're going to race. Okay, we're taking it old school. We're taking it to the track. And so they're out by the water or something, and they're at the park, and they're racing. And Andre and Ruxin both are like goofy as hell when they run. And Ruxin pretty much trips himself. Andre wins, so the tie is over. But they need proof. That's how much savages there are. They need proof on this ruling that it wasn't Andre tripping Ruxin, that it was incidental contact. So they see a couple getting married right up the hill, a gay couple, that is, goes and steal.
I remember this.
They go and steal their tape just so they can see who won the race. Ridiculous.
That's the same as episode where he gets invited over by a dude that, right? It was,
yeah.
Or was that the next episode?
No, it's the same one because he was actually at that wedding as well.
All right.
The guys are already making fun of him. Well, you met this random guy that's just going to give you Bears tickets. They're like, yeah, that's code for some sexual favors.
Oh, that's hilarious. He goes over there. I love that one. That was a great episode.
That was the end of the episode where, he goes over to get the Bears tickets, and like he already sees the guy at the gay wedding, and his friends are talking shit to him saying he's gonna have to do favors for those tickets. He goes in, the guy's like in a robe, there's nobody else around, and
so we think.
So we think. Oh man,
revealed he's a family man.
He's not gay. Those were his friends. He has a wife. He has a kid. And it's funny how Pete, he was like, I don't know if I can go through with this. Like, I thought maybe a hand job, I could do it, but I'm not really sure. And
that's even fucked up that he said that.
Because he totally didn't. It was just word vomit coming out of his mouth. Word vomit, that's for sure. And that one, and that's kind of the way that one ended. Is nothing really. So to bail out Kevin and Andre, because they end up going to jail because they steal that tape, and then they run away, and then they think then the cops catch them, and they think they're doing some gay stuff in the bushes, and so they arrest them for
homoerotic stuff in the bushes. Okay, be politically correct. Okay, we're not gonna offend anybody here.
And it was funny. The cop, he was like, "You guys are what gives gay people a bad name or something?" Hated on them.
See, that's what I'm saying. We don't like
their asses in jail. We don't their asses. Threw their asses in jail.
Was my phone ringing crazy when I was gone? I hope not.
No.
Okay, good.
So it was. He ended up bailing him out of jail. Kevin did, after they admitted that it was a tie, and they let the tie stand. It was all a pride thing the entire time.
A pride thing, exactly. Pride thing.
And this is just an exact tie, like decimal scoring, or is this because remember back in the days there was actually a large community of people that played fantasy and did non-decimal scoring? Do you remember that?
Yeah, and I don't remember if they said it or not. I mean, I'm just assuming not, because everything was so basic, like about their league.
Yeah, so non-decimal, because then that's when you're gonna get ties more often than not, because they'll round up or down accordingly.
Yeah. So episode 8, kind of blah, Episode 9, even more blah, because it was expert witness. I mean, it is funny how they really make Andre look like a sexual predator, and like he's really bad at everything that he does. And like even when he tries harder, he just really does like worse and worse. And Pete, he loves to vulture, and so he got to steal his thunder, and he got to be a better expert witness than Andre did. And I'd say the funniest part about this whole episode, Taco he started having sex with the court artist, someone who was just drawing everything that was going on in the court. And Ruxin had a little work flirt with the judge, and the judge is a freak, because at the end she was getting real pissed at Ruxin the way that everything was going. She had Ruxin like in his boxers, like had a dog leash on.
Yeah, that's right. That's scene.
Yeah, so the judge was a freak, and it was funny. Ruxin had to play the game just to try to not get in trouble for everything that he did there.
Because they were crashed. Kevin and all them came in.
Yeah.
My bad. It was a Taco Bell scenario. I had to make sure this was arranged correctly. I was like, wait a second, hold on. You're going to Taco Bell? Okay. Don't fuck this up. All right.
And it was when the court artist, when her husband came in and then saw, who's this guy here? And it was Taco, and then he ran, and then ran all the way to the back and into the judge's chambers. And that's where that one ended. A very uneventful episode. The high school reunion, that had zero to do. This is episode 10. Zero to do with fantasy football.
Year, though. I like this one though because it puts in perspective of how old they are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They are now 20 years removed from high school. So they're all majority late 30s?
Yeah.
No, help me out here.
Yeah, late 30s.
Late 30s, yeah.
Yep. And so nobody really
my 20-year anniversary, or just one, or what is it called, to the reunion?
Yeah.
I did not go to that shit.
Yeah.
And the motherfuckers that are out there like stunting and shit, I've seen them on Instagram and shit. Yeah, like showing their life. Like, I'm doing so well. Yeah, I bet you they get $0. That one was trying to fuck my old flings.
Even though it had even though it had nothing to do with fantasy football, it was funny going to see them, and they bring up a lot of different old characters. And it's funny how you hear Ruxin used to be the guy who used to date all the fat chicks, and
Yeah, look at old fat Ruxin. He's showing love to the big women's.
yeah,
Hey, the big women's, hey, they'll fuck you good and then cook you something real good. Or like order out. Yeah, it's good enough.
he must have not gotten any of that kind of treatment for a long time. But yeah, they called him the herdsman because he was herding them cattle. And Ted Gibbiotti or whatever? Yeah, he just kept doing that the whole time, and
Yeah,
Ruxin hated it.
you know what? I wanted Ruxin to take flight on his ass. I ain't gonna lie.
Ruxin's a pussy, though.
I know, but there's so many moments where he could step up. And that was one of them. Just chop him right in the neck. I was annoyed as fuck with him, bro. Fuck that guy.
He got super. I mean, he did the right thing when Ruxin's hanging. I mean, whatever the girl was, the old fling, and she comes up and says hi to him, and then the dude starts making fun of him. Oh, is this your wife? And she was like, "You don't remember me? I went to high school with you." And then Sophia comes
in, bro. He was capping right there. Did he not really remember her?
I don't know, probably not. But yeah, then Sophia comes over with Ruxin's beer or whatever, and then he starts kissing, making out with her right in front of him. And he didn't like that because Sophia was looking way hotter than his mail order bride.
Oh yeah, that's right. He had the mail order thing. He was really trying to stun, huh?
Yeah.
I'm about to go back to my old high school. What was it, babe? Yours was last year, 20-year high school joint. Yeah. Yeah, because she was making fun of. She was with me making fun of a lot of the foods that for my joint.
That's hilarious.
I'm gonna take the Deja. You tell Deja and baby. Boom, got it.
Yeah, Carl said I brought up Class Act months ago and said how Hillary from Fresh Prince is the smart tutor hooking up with Play. Nice,
right? He was like the Pistons. He related a car to sex because that's all he knew was car, and then now all of a sudden he's in all these advanced placement classes and whatnot.
Funny.
I actually got my 10-year-old to watch it with me because it's actually not it's not on some fuck shit really. Except for they don't the YouTube version. It doesn't show him taxing her in the end or anything like that. So it's actually a clean version. But she sat through the whole thing. She thought it was cool actually.
Nice.
It's kind of funny seeing. I could only imagine from a kid now watching that 90s shit with the loud dressing and the big old flamboyant clothing and you know what I mean?
Yeah. And the two other things that happen throughout this is Andre, they pretty much rewrite his bio and they put that he had some kind of testicular cancer and that one of his balls got removed. And then it's half of it's true and half of it's false. And so then he has to explain to everyone, no, it's not true. And they're like, what part? You being the doctor? And he's like, no, that part's true, but I have 2 testicles. And they're like, all right, just show me then.
So weird.
He didn't want to pull him out and show him and prove it though.
That's fucked up. If I ever was privileged to meet Canadian legend Tom Green, I wouldn't be like, show me you got 1 ball, bro. Prove it to me.
He's never said that nothing wasn't true about him. It's because Andre's saying that it's not true.
I swear to God, if you asked Tom Green, he'd probably show you his balls, bro.
He probably would.
Tom Green would. That's nothing for him.
Scrotum right out.
He was crazy, that guy.
He sure was. He's an innovator, bro. He found a way.
Yeah, he came before Jackass.
Bro, yeah, I was about to say and even what we're doing now, he found a way to stream live on MySpace. He had this whole thing that he had bought a house in Calabasas, and then he had all these guys come through and drill all kind of wiring all through the ceiling, and so he had his whole house was a studio.
Yeah,
he's insane. Early days when you had to do shit.
He was married to Drew Barrymore too.
Yeah,
he really was, huh?
A year.
All right, I'm not gonna lie to you. Top 5. You know what? Top 3. Women's jaw. I'm giving it to her. Number 1, actually. Have you seen the jaw on her?
Yeah.
She has a gigantic jaw on her. There's a gang of shit. It's all jaw.
I never thought about that, but
have you ever seen? You're picturing her in your mind right now, right? Drew Barrymore, all jaw.
I never.
She probably looks exactly like her dad.
Now,
Just
the,
saying.
the last part of this episode was you find out that Kevin lost his virginity to Shiva inside Pete's mom's car, and Pete's the one who Kevin left the condom in there, and Pete got in trouble way later, and Kevin blamed it on someone else. And Shiva said, and then he called out my name as he climaxed, Shiva Kanda Kamini Soma.
Hey, were we just saying that the other day? Like when you're young, you know everybody like by their full name because of school. The motherfucker climax, he said the whole government name.
She said they put on Led Zeppelin, couldn't even last one song.
Damn, bro. And Led Zeppelin, I ain't gonna lie. Which Zeppelin song though?
I know some of them are long.
That's just 8 minutes long.
Stairway to Heaven's like 8 or 9 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't Stairway, huh? Was it Kashmir? I love Kashmir.
I mean, that's a long one too, but they don't say what it was.
Yeah, Kashmir's about 5 minutes.
But that's what they said is, he couldn't even last one song.
It was the radio cut. The motherfucker was 2 minutes.
But that's where we find out where the first Shiva blast came from, and that's where it came from. Episode 11, not gonna lie, is like really uneventful. We're gonna make that the last episode that we talk about on Act 2 here. It was Ramona Neapolitana or Tano, and this whole episode was about how Kevin, not only in fantasy does he always try to go after the number one, type of thing, but whatever it is in appliances and life, he always tries to get. He's like a regular Mr. Dink from Doug, right? It's very expensive, top of the line. This is the number one. This is the number one cappuccino maker in the world. Okay, so he said who? So Mr. Dink is a cartoon character from the show called Doug. And he was the neighbor, but he was just over the top with everything very expensive. That was his line. Because he'd be like, yeah, look at my new lawnmower. It's top of the line, very expensive. Everything he had, his whole house looked different on the block too. Like it's very expensive. Mr. Dink, shout out. But yeah, so we don't even need to go into this. To get fantasy advice on the SM radio show, he said that he wants advice for his dead ex-wife. And of course, Sophia hears it, and then she wants to know everything about her and everything. And then they're having a dinner for her and all this kind of stuff. Very unnecessary of everything. Very dark, even. And this is why Sophia hates all of his friends, because Ruxin always gets caught in these lies. I mean, he is a lawyer. How are you the lawyer and you can't pull off the lie? I'm just saying, no. But I was always told I'd be a great lawyer. Always gets caught in the lie. Always gets caught in the lie. But that's where we're going to end Act 2. We're going to save Act 3 for just the final 2 episodes, because that gets us back into the meat and potatoes of the season. Make sure you go follow Silver Screen Breakdowns on every podcast platform. Leave us a 5-star review on Apple. Leave us a 5-star review on Spotify. We appreciate you. And make sure you subscribe to the Silver Screen Breakdowns YouTube channel, where you see us going live every Friday.
You'll find me, Nelson Tynes, on YouTube. The Nelson Tynes _ on Instagram. Check out my stuff. Follow me, I'll follow you back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You subscribe, and I'll watch you subscribe to me.
Let's fucking go. And you can follow me at the GM Network if you want some madness. And Universe Give Me Money. Tune in next time for Act 3 of the Silver Screen Breakdown, where we get right into the meat and potatoes.
Silver Screen, motion picture shit. This ain't a dream, we really live this shit. Don't intervene, yo, we with this shit. That's where the most high, we the most lit.